Following the final discard, collapse does not conclude. It mutates. This is the internalization of the collapse and the ongoing Hall of Mirrors. The survivor enters a phase of recursive libidinal collapse, RLC, an ongoing psychic loop in which collapse repeats itself without any external provocation. This is not post-traumatic stress alone, it is libidinal haunting. The self becomes a revolving mirror. Every affect, memory, or symbolic stimulus pulls the psyche back into the original wound. The collapse is no longer an event, it becomes a condition. Recursive dynamics, when the collapse becomes the psyche's default. Input defines this phase by a set of repeating features. Recursive triggers, a tone, a phrase, a smell, a dream. It's enough to reinstate full collapse. Symbolic proximity. Despite the passage of time, the trauma remains experientially present. Orbit structure. The survivor cannot escape the pull of the original fantasy. They return to it again and again involuntarily. Emotional reimplantation. Each trigger reinforces the original symbolic message. You are the problem. You are unlovable. You are too much. These are no longer statements from the narcissist, they are internal objects, installed and reflexive. The internalization of the Hall of Mirrors. The shared fantasy is no longer relational, it is symbolic and internal. The gaze that once regulated identity is now internalized, but instead of validation, it reflects annihilation, self-loathing, contempt, cognitive fragmentation, emotional freeze. The survivor is trapped in a mirrored echo chamber of their own psyche. They continue to rehearse conversations, await hoovers, revise memories, or punish themselves as if the narcissist were still present. This internalized mirroring replicates the abuse without the abuser. It is the self as witness, self as jailer, and self as abuser, a triadic structure of collapse. MPIT understands this as a phase of symbolic fog, loss of coherence, orientation, and narrative authorship. Interject co-option. The narcissist voice functions as superego, punishing, scanning, mocking. Neurosymbolic fragmentation. Language breaks down, meaning dissolves, dreams become contaminated. Orbits without trajectory. There's no forward movement, only circulatory. Collapse loops without relief. This state mimics healing because the narcissist is gone, but healing has not begun. The collapse continues, only now the gaze is your own. The impossible overstatement. MPIT asserts clearly, this phase may be more damaging than the relationship itself because the survivor is alone with the scripts. There's no reality testing, there's no relational feedback, and only recursive simulation. And unlike the shared fantasy, which offered intermittent reward, recursive collapse offers only shame, self-surveillance, hypervigilance, and psychic exhaustion. There is no metaphor too strong to describe this phase. There is no exaggeration that misrepresents it. It is an unrelenting symbolic annihilation. The self as a haunted object. The survivor is now an object, abandoned by its subject, an echo without a source, a structure inhabited by hostile introject. This is the nadir of the collapse arc, and it continues until the first symbolic rupture, when something or someone reintroduces a new mirror, not the narcissist, their own.